UTPA women's basketball busy on and off the court. We'll introduce you to the 2015-16 signing class. UTPA men's basketball with a challenging road trip through the Houston area. And you've seen soccer at the UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. But now it's time for a little track and a little field. We take you to the Green and White Alumni Meet. This is Bronc Country. Hey everyone, and welcome to Bronc Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. The UTPA women's basketball team making history on the court, and folks are starting to take notice. In fact, the Bronx early signing class includes a whopping 7 student athletes. The Bronx signing 5'11 guard Sika Kuzik, 5'10 guard Nichele Hyman, 6'1 forward Anushka Maldonado, 6'1 forward Tristan Murphy, 5'3 point guard Bernesha Peters, 5'11 guard/forward Yadira Ramirez, and 5'6 point guard Angela Villarreal to national letters of intent for the 2015-16 academic year.
Very excited about our recruiting class, and we think that it's going to keep adding things that makes our program better. Also, across the board, for the most part, we have excellent students, ones that are in their National Honor Society, ones that have scored really well on the SATs, ones that have high GPAs. And so we want to continually bring that to our school also, as academics are very important at UTPA.
Sika Kuzik joins the Bronx with significant international experience, having played for the Romanian national teams in 2012 and 13. Last year, Kuzik averaged 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist for the under-18 team, while in 2012, she averaged 9 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 3 assists for the under-16 team. Kuzik and her family moved to the United States over the summer. She is currently playing at the Simply Fundamental Basketball Academy while attending Trinity International School in Las Vegas.
Sika Kuzik is in Las Vegas playing in high school under the tutelage of Greg Lockridge, and Greg has got her A game on. She practices against guys all the time, and I'm going to tell you, this kid is going to be a steal for us. She played on the Romanian national team at the highest level, had played in the highest level of her leagues. She's a 5'11", 5'10 and a half strong guard. And she's going to be able to post people up, but she can also defend. But she has a mid-range jumper that is just beautiful to watch.
Nichele Hyman comes to the Bronx from Clovis High School in New Mexico, where she led her team to the number 5 ranking in the nation with a 29-1 record last season, and the state championship the year before with a 30-2 record. As a junior, Hyman averaged 7.5 points, 4.5 boards, 1.5 assists, and just over 2 steals in 22 games, earning all-tournament team honors twice. Hyman has gotten even better this year, averaging 10.5 points, 8 rebounds, and more than 3 assists and 3 steals per game. Off the court, she is a member of National Honor Society and earned the Academic Letter of Achievement.
I'm Nichele Hyman out of Clovis High School, coached by Jeff Reed. They're always playing for a state championship. Last year we're as high as number 5 in the nation. Very, very good player. She could come in and average a double-double for us from the guard position. She's so active on the boards. She can shoot it. She can shoot it deep. She can hit the mid-range jumper.
Anushka Maldonado joins the Bronx from Odessa College, the number 10 ranked team in the NJCAA, with a 14-2 record. Maldonado is currently averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals. As a freshman, Maldonado averaged 6 points, 4 boards, and 1.5 assists. Originally from Roy, Washington, Maldonado played at Yelm High School, where she averaged 11 points, 8 boards, and 1.5 assists, with 2 steals and over a block per game during 4 years of varsity basketball. As a senior, Maldonado averaged nearly 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks, while earning MVP honors and her 3rd straight first-team All-District selection.
Anushka Maldonado from Odessa Junior College a kid that I targeted back last year as a freshman there at Odessa Junior College, 6'1" forward, very good skill level, can defend and score in the post, can also shoot from the perimeter, and she's going to be a really hard matchup for people as they try to adjust to her style of play.
Tristan Murphy comes to the Bronx from Stanwood High School in Washington, where she earned All-Wesco honorable mention as a junior and first-team All-Wesco North Division honors as a sophomore after leading her team in scoring. She ranks 10th in school history with 8 career double-doubles. Murphy has led her team to Wesco North League championships every year, including berths in the state tournament as a freshman and a sophomore.
Tristan Murphy out of Stanwood High School in the state of Washington, coached by Dennis Cloak. They'll be contending for state championship again this year. Had a good run last year, and even Tristan's sophomore year, where she was the MVP of her league, she led them to the state championship game, and they want to get back there this year. Slowed a little bit her junior year with a high ankle sprain, so didn't have the numbers she's put up in the past. But a very, very solid player, plays for the Northwest Blazers, Coach Steve Cleese in the summer, and they are a nationally ranked AAU team who continually plays for national championships. So we're adding more and more kids, more winners to the mix, and that's what we want to do.
Bernesha Peters joins the Bronx from Spring High School, where she's racked up the accolades, earning first-team All-District and MVP honors after averaging 16 points and 2.5 steals per game last season. She averaged first-team All-District honors as a sophomore as well, averaging 12.5 points and 3 steals per game. Peters was a freshman newcomer of the year in 2011-12, after averaging 10.5 points, 4.5 steals per game. In 92 career games, Peters is averaging 13 points and 3.3 steals.
Another great player that we've added is Bernesha Peters. First 2 years, she played at the Potter's House in Florida. Her junior year played at Spring High School in Houston, and she's going to average this year, right now she's clicking along at around 21 points a game, and she's only 5'1" on a good day, but she's going to average a lot of assists, and she will get in and rebound also, but she can shoot the ball from very, very deep, and comes from a very good AAU background and gets a lot of great skill training from Tony Bannister and Kenneth Dones that has helped raise her skill level to a very, very high across the board. Can handle it, can shoot it, and her court awareness, but another thing she does, her passion for the game is impeccable. I just love the way that she approaches her games.
Yadira Ramirez comes to the Bronx from Hanks High School in El Paso, where, as a junior, she averaged 8.3 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. A 3-time first-team All-District selection, Ramirez led her team to the Elite 8 of the Class 4A state playoffs as a sophomore, while averaging 7.5 points, 7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and nearly 4 steals per game. A 2-sport athlete, Ramirez was also an All-District and All-City performer in volleyball.
Sidelined currently with a knee injury, going through ACL reconstructive surgery. She'll be ready to go next year, but a very good kid, a 6'1" kid who can play 1 through 3 position, and just an all-around ball player. By the Premier Basketball Report, was ranked as high as the number 28 best player in the state of Texas this coming year.
Angela Villarreal joins the Bronx from Weslaco High School, where she was teammates with current Bronx freshman forward Laura Van Tilburg for 3 years. Last season, Villarreal averaged 11.5 points and 5 assists per game, en route to earning first-team All-District honors.
Angie Villarreal from Weslaco, and she is lightning in a jar. And I mean, she makes a lot of good things happen. Griselle DeFino coached her in high school, coaches her up. She handles it well. She can throw it the length of the floor, flip in the wrist. She's played one guard, but she's able to defend.
The Bronx off to one of the best starts in program history. Coming up on Bronc Country, highlights from another busy week for the Bronx.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Broncs basketball hosts Lamar Saturday at 7 at the UTPA Fieldhouse. Bring a new unwrapped toy for the Salvation Army Toy Drive, and your admission is free. The UTPA women's basketball team became the first team in the nation to complete their 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th games this season. With a rigorous schedule like that, including 4 against top 20 opponents, you might expect a little fatigue. But how about a little history? The Broncs started the week against Texas Lutheran. The Broncs beat the Bulldogs by 43 last year, but in the first half, things a little different this year. Tadria Nolan hits the layup here. Broncs up 28-14, but led by just 10 at the break. So we move on to the second half, and that's when the Broncs offense took off. Shante Goff hits the layup. Hildur Bjorg Karchensdottir buries the 3. And then it's Tonisha Walker hitting the jumper and the 3-pointer. Broncs by 19. The freshman seeing some meaningful minutes in this one. Laura Van Tilburg puts the Broncs up 25. And then, after a Bulldogs basket, it's Troy Swain's turn. 52-27 Broncs. A little later on, it's Stephanie Onyeje. Broncs by 27. And then Van Tilburg says, better make it 29. It wasn't all about the offense for the Broncs, though. Let's check out some of these steals by Onyeje and Swain. There was a 4.5-minute span in the middle of the second half in which the Broncs had 8 steals, 7 of which were by Onyeje and Swain. Season-high 21 steals for the Broncs, the 7th most in a game in program history. Broncs roll 71-47. Onyeje and Swain each finished with 5 steals. Nolan had 4, as they all set career highs. Tanisha Walker had 3 while leading the Broncs with 16 points. Sherelle Price posted a career-high 10 rebounds, while Van Tilburg had a career-high 9. Great numbers all around for the Broncs, who improved to 6-3, tying the program record for best 9-game start.
This game was it was a pretty good one. At first we were playing a little slow, but then we at halftime we all talked about it, what we were doing wrong, and we started to pick it up, you know.
Stephanie Onyeje tonight came in and had a good ball game. She's really good defensively, and that's where she's going to have to excel. Troy Swain can shoot the ball. She didn't shoot it as good as I wanted her to shoot tonight, but she's got a chance to be a pretty good player. So our freshmen are going to have to grow up. Tanisha Walker stepped on the floor and scored 16 coming off. You know, she was coming off the bench and she started. She had 16. I was really proud of her.
2 nights later, Broncs visiting 11th-ranked Baylor. Down 9-2 out of the gate, Brittany Bush having none of that. Board and a bucket, Broncs within 5. Raquel Preston hits the jumper to make it a 3-point game. And then Shante Goff with back-to-back baskets. It's an 8-0 run. The Broncs lead 10-9. After a Bears basket, Goff hits a jumper to put the Broncs up 12-11. But the Bears respond with an 18-0 run before running away with a 96-42 victory. Goff and Preston led the Broncs with 8 points each. Bush finished with her second double-digit rebound game of the season, grabbing 10. Broncs return home to face arch-rival Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. The Broncs down 22-5 out of the gate. Still down 16 when Troy Swain nails the 3. But now we're off to the races. 4 minutes left in the half, and it's all about the green and white. Hildur Bjorg Karchensdottir with her first 3. Sherelle Price hits the layup, and then Shazay Wright. The Broncs scored the final 13 points of the half. They're within 32-30. Early second half, Broncs down 5, and Brittany Bush holding it right there. Now it's a 3-point game. Make it a tie game. Karchensdottir with another 3, 39 all. Broncs taking over inside. Bush hits the layup. And then Karchensdottir with the jumper. The Islanders want some of that back, but Shea Weaver gets bushwhacked. And then back on the offensive end, it's Tanisha Walker for 3. And Raquel Preston with the layup. The Broncs turn around 25 points to go up as many as 8. but the Islanders rallied back to win 60-57. Bush finished with 11 points, 7 rebounds, and a career-high 8 blocks, most blocks by a Bronc in nearly 11 years, and the second highest single-game total in program history. So despite being the first team to play 11 games in the NCAA this season, the Broncs are off to a program record-tying 6-5 start, have had an RPI as high as 74, that's a program record, a strength of schedule as high as 21st out of 351 teams, that's a program record. Now the Broncs on their longest break of the season thus far, with 7 days in between games before visiting Texas Tech on Sunday. On to the men, Broncs visiting Houston, and off to a good start. Shaq Hines with the jumper, Broncs up 6-2. Move ahead to the second half. Broncs down 24, but on the comeback trail. Shaq Boga hits the layup, as does Mo McDonald, and Isaiah Hobbs, and Dan Kamasa, and Hines, and McDonald. See? And is better. And then we switch gears and get a jumper by Kamasa. 14 straight points for the Broncs. It's a 10-point game. The Cougars get a 3, but the Broncs aren't stopping just yet. Another layup for Hines. And then it's Jadari Josar for 3. The Broncs use a 19-3 run to pull within 8, before the Cougars go on to win 72-58. Hines led the Broncs with 16 points on 8 of 16 shooting. But how about Kamasa? Career-high 14 points on 7 of 11 shooting, with a then career-high 9 rebounds.
We felt like we had an opportunity at Houston to play against an American Athletic Conference foe and have an opportunity to win, but dug ourselves a hole in the first half that really hurt us. Didn't play very well, and then crawled back into it in the second half. Got it back to 8, I think, and we had a 1-on-1 to get it to 6, and we're right there. And then we blew a couple free throws, and it bounced back out to 12 or 14. But was pleased with the effort of the kids in the second half, especially. But we got to keep getting smarter and tougher. And you know, let's be fair. I mean, Janari played with the flu, and Bigham was out of the game, so personnel was a big part of it for us too.
Broncs closing out the road trip at Sam Houston State, falling 78-59. This was a tight game in the first half. The Broncs led by as many as 4 on a few occasions, and were still within 1 at 30-29 before the Bearcats pulled away. Jadari Josar led the Broncs in scoring with 17 points, career-high 13 points for Everett Osborne, first career double-double for Dan Kamasa, including a career-high 12 rebounds, en route to earning WAC Player of the Week honors.
Well, I'm excited for Dan. He near double-doubled in both games. Really had better shooting percentages. You know, had a week where he shot over 50% from the field and did a good job on the board. And proud of him and his progress. And unfortunately, the minutes are piling on him because we just don't have enough healthy people in there. But you know, as I told him, he's now starting to earn them. So let's keep improving.
Here's a look at the WAC non-conference standings. A lot of similar-looking records, but the Broncs right at the top of it all. The Broncs take the week off for finals before hosting Lamar Saturday at 7 at the UTPA Fieldhouse.
Well, it's a big game for us. You know, we've been on a tough stretch. We finally get a game back at home, which will almost feel like a road game. We've been gone so much, but we hope we get a good response from the community and the kids put a good effort forth, because then we come back with 3 more road games before break. So big game for us and a big time for us, and gotta be able to practice through the exams here a little bit efficiently, but also give them time to make sure that they do their typical good job in the classroom.
UTPA Track and Field breaking in the brand new UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. Next on Bronc Country, we take you to the Green and White Alumni Meet. The UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex opened up in October with a 3-0 win over Chicago State in women's soccer. Last week, fans got their first chance to see what else will be coming to the UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex with the annual Green and White Alumni Meet. We got to see a little bit of everything throughout the day, starting with the javelin, in which Trey Taylor uncorked a throw of over 48 meters. Taylor had a huge day, winning 3 events, including the shot put at 15.35 meters. He also hit 17.41 in the weight throw. The women's throwing event's a little more spread out, as Megan Shaw goes 13.5 meters for the win in the shot put. Let's move to the hammer throw. Always a sight to see with Bronc's teams of recent years, and it's the duo of Javier Cartero at 55.5 meters and Cristina Santiago Bravo at over 52 meters pacing the field. Sticking on the field side, let's check out the jumpers. Mar Gonzalez going long on the men's side, 6.5 meters. And then it's Leo Kawan Williams, nearly 5.6 meters. Time to do a little running. First look at the sprinters this year, and it's Mar Gonzalez showing he can do a little more than just jump. Wins the 100 meters at a time of 11.05 seconds. Giovanna Jones quick on the women's side as well, coming in at 12.42 seconds. Now let's go for some middle distance. 600 meters. Raymond Flowers coming in with a strong time of 1:23.06. And then on the women's side, it's Destiny Schultz leading the pack with a time of 1:38.13. Now it's time for some distance running. Robin Gayoso gearing up for a strong final season, as she starts by winning the mile run with a time of 5:07. The green team comes away victorious overall, 126-123.
It was excellent. You know, it's always a good time for us, getting to watch everybody come out and really stretch their legs in competition. Green team were the victors again by a very short margin, only 3 points separated them, so it was very close. They all competed very well. We saw some awesome things from the start of the day with the throws and field events, the running events, and then concluding with very exciting 4x4 relays. So we're happy about where we're at. We're never completely satisfied. We're going to build from here, but it was good to come out and have fun and see the alumni participate. It was fantastic.
Do you want to help our student athletes prepare for excellence in life? Then join the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the proceeds go directly to student athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student athletes.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Bronx basketball hosts Lamar Saturday at 7 at the UTPA Fieldhouse. Bring a new unwrapped toy for the Salvation Army Toy Drive, and your admission is free. Light week ahead for the Bronx, as both basketball teams take a little time off to focus on finals. The men back on the court Saturday at 7 against Lamar at the UTPA Fieldhouse, before embarking on a road trip that starts in St. Louis. The women are back in action Sunday at Texas Tech. We want to thank you for stamping your passport in Bronc Country this week. Schedule another visit for next week. But until then,
go Bronx!
The NCAA Women's Final Four returns to Tampa Bay.
Banks it in!
Be a VIP with the NCAA experience. Get your premium tickets, travel, and hospitality all in one place. Experience the Women's Final Four in style. And one. Get the VIP treatment while the best go for it all. The 2015 NCAA Women's Final Four, April 5th and 7th at Amalie Arena in Tampa Bay, Florida. To learn more about the NCAA experience, visit ncaa.com/VIP and reserve your seats today.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.